I feel pain. What cruel God has created me. Please kill me
Sour
now.
cream and onion Pringles must have now. On top of my In-N-Out burger. I'm going to Southern California first.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Share the Backline, the podcast where two washed-up local musicians wax poetic about gripes, triumphs, and the mundane. I am your host, O'Brien.
And Beardley.
All right, so right at the top of the show, episode number 22, two twos.
Deuce.
We're going to just go right back to the last episode.
God damn it, dude.
If you heard the last episode, this is how we get you. But we did have an interesting. I had an interesting revelation, and am I dumb? I'm dumb. I don't know if it was like a revelation for other people, but it definitely was for me. Actually, I got a read invite. Fuck. If you guys can hold on for a second.
Hey, Mega Alakazam is out.
So the revelation was that Beardley doesn't have an inner monologue, or Kevin Arnold brain, as we called it. He's just... So I've been bugging him about this.
All week he's been bugging me. What are you thinking about, dude? What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
Did a voice tell you? Did your voice tell you to do it? What are you thinking? How did that come in your head? So I've been trying to... You know what we should do? If any of you... I don't know how many psychologists are listening to this podcast, but if you guys know it, that's who we should... All right, so what we were gonna do is give Kalynn, Beardley's wife, a call, and we got the FaceTime set up and everything. I wish we could show you guys. It's really cool. Yeah. So the FaceTime call comes up there, and we did a test run. Everything worked great, but something came up, so she couldn't be on the pod on the call. So,
but that means now you guys can call in.
Yeah, then call the number at the bottom of your screen to be on the show. Call us in with any requests, any stories, anything you'd like to share, your thoughts on the podcast. No, but
what was the guy's name? Rick D's. All right, Rick D's.
Rick D's in the morning. So it would be cool if we can call at some point like a professional and talk about what goes on in your brain. So when you start like therapy or something, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be like your mom, like sitting in the room.
This is your entire ploy, dude. You're trying to get me to go to therapy.
Yeah, just so I'm like, wait, can you ask him this? I'm asking the doctor to ask you certain things just for my own sake, my own curiosity, morbid curiosity. It just, I don't know. So, let's dive right into it. So we did a poll, like we said we were going to do on Instagram, and I think last I checked, you were the only one in Beardley's
fixed gear.
Gear.
I was the only one.
So I found the
He's
article
pulling
here.
it up.
So I mean, you guys can't see it because it's tiny, giggity, but.
This is why I said we shouldn't get a HD TV.
Shut up.
So you guys can see it. Like, you guys can see us still, kind of. I can't make this any bigger. So we're here in the corner.
That's what he said. So, all right, yeah, you guys can't read it, so it's just for us. Because whatever we pull up on the computer screen is going to come up on the TV.
This was his idea, by the way, not mine.
It's a good idea, right? My voice, my inner monologue told me to do it. So my door's not closed. So what it is that only a quarter of people have an inner monologue. So Kevin Arnold brain. So when you have ideas, it's usually your own voice. hopefully not someone else's voice, but or the idea of your voice, because it's not a voice is a physical thing. It's fucking waves traveling through the atmosphere, whatever, vibrating your inner eardrum. So you have the idea of your voice, but you're talking to yourself, but essentially you're having a conversation. So I've been busting his balls, asking him all kinds of questions, and then sometimes when I get quiet or I come up with an idea, he's like, "Oh, did you talk to yourself to get that idea? What are you doing, talking to yourself?" So it's been a week of this back and forth. So I wanted to bring it up again. So the stat I found was that if you look at the reverse, the stat I mentioned was that between 50 and 75% of people don't have that. But if you look at what I thought was fucking crazy, look at the reverse of it, and only a quarter of the people have an inner voice. So we're the weird ones. But apparently our listeners are all that 1/4 of people.
Yeah, there was a lot of I don't have the numbers with me. I didn't write them down. See, I
So you'd
forgot.
have to write it down.
But there was quite a few votes, and all of them were like I have Kevin Arnold brain.
Yeah.
There was one I think that had like the multiple voices, or there was two.
Yeah.
But I was the only one that's on a fixed gear, which is kind of weird.
So it's been a week of me trying to understand how he's visualizing things with his ideas and stuff. And like today, he was trying to figure out how to do we were trying to figure out how to do the connectors and stuff to get the phone call in through the TV. And then we have the GoPro set up so you guys can see what we're seeing on the little TV here. And he said it's just like a schematic almost. So you see the connections and everything that way. It's not like you talking to yourself to work it out.
Yeah, I had like multiple tabs open in my brain because there was a bunch of ways we could have set this up, and it's just like on a computer, like you open up Chrome or Safari or whatever, and you're just opening up different tabs for the same thing,
right?
So you can see that. That's how I planned it all out in my head. It's like, okay, this one will work, this one won't work, this one will work. It's just following a schematic.
Yeah, which is bonkers, because even throughout like literature and film and everything, you hear that all the time. Like, oh, so I said to myself, oh, I should do this, but that means 3 out of 4 people don't understand that. Or like it happened, like in here's a Simpsons reference for you guys when he says, "Think on sexy thoughts, think on sexy thoughts." And
damn it, stupid sexy fingers.
Yeah, that he's talking to himself at that moment. Or like the video of from the Wonder Years, Kevin Arnold. He's working out in his brain. He's got to get his parents to communicate to each other or do something together. And he's like, I know, I'll do something really bad. And then they'll both yell at me. So at least they're doing something together. And then you see his face, like after he works that out in his head, he's like, yeah, I'm going to do that. And then he flings
mashed potatoes at his brother.
Yeah, the end of that clip was funny. He's like, tonight you're dead. He was like totally innocent victim in that moment. It was just Kev's way of figuring out how to get his parents to do something together. But on this in this article, it also says that a different study said that 75% of people do have that inner voice. So, I mean, it'd be cool if we can get a professional out on a call or something. But you know what else I was thinking is, how do you like watching movies? Because you have an interesting way of watching movies too. Let's get into that.
I don't know if I want to. I feel like I'm being picked on again, dude.
You can pick on me because I'm the weird one. Apparently, I only have only 1 out of 4 people.
I guess I can't think of a way to pick on you.
What, are you talking to yourself again? But I was thinking like those kids at the movie theater. Also, go check out the last episode. God damn. Because in my head, while I'm watching the movie, I'm thinking all these things. Like I was about to cry just like multiple times for fucking seemingly no reason. But there was something in my head. There was the idea of my own voice was talking to me. Bringing these things up, and And also thinking like, man, fucking all these movies are kind of the same, blah blah blah. I'm just, oh, that's not realistic. What about this part? Like, I'm having a conversation with myself. Those kids probably don't have that, so they're just like verbalizing everything that they're seeing, that they're thinking. So they're just fucking talking. So there you go.
So they're my people.
They're your people. They're the 3 out of 4, right there. All of them just together.
You're just griping in the back like, shut the fuck up.
Say it in your fucking head, and they can't. So there's another learning experience for my radical empathy for people. People that talk in the movie theater, they just don't have the capacity to have that conversation in their heads, and they just need to get it out.
I want to know like the age range they did this study for. Like, if what is it, like 20, your brain isn't fully developed until you're 25,
24 or something like that.
what if you don't get that until you're like 24 or something? Maybe these kids were younger? I'm guessing
They were younger, yeah.
So I mean, they're shithead teenagers,
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty wild too. How many people, especially older generations, had kids really young, because that was the norm. But imagine having kids with somebody and then you're married and stuff, and then at 24 you fully develop, because you still have lapses in judgment until you're 24, so you can still do like the dumb. I mean, having kids is kind of a lapse in judgment. It's like love. Like what do they call it? Love is like socially acceptable insanity, like to just dive in and fucking marry somebody and start a family. You got to be kind of fucking insane for a second just to like make that decision. But you didn't have a voice fucking talking you out of it. You're just like, let's go.
No, I mean, my wife and I, we've been together not as boyfriend and girlfriend since 2006. So, and we got married in 2017. So, yeah, on our 11-year anniversary. See? Big brain right there. Got married on our anniversary, so I don't have to remember one date.
So was your brain just like the like calendars in movies where they do like a montage, just like calendars, like the days falling off of the Rolodex thing?
Right now?
Yeah.
No.
You're flipping through a calendar in your head.
That date is important to me. So I remembered it.
Hi, Kalynn. Sorry, you couldn't be on the episode.
But yeah, no, I mean, that's a date I'll never forget, obviously. And
Best day of your life.
yeah, one of them. I mean, dude, I have three kids now.
Kids.
And what's cool is I have twins, so like that one day is combined into two, or two day, which should be 2 days is combined into one, and the birth of my daughter and stuff. So, but I don't know, like it's not like I obviously wanted to start a family, so did she, but we didn't want to be part of those. I'm not saying it's wrong to have kids early, but we didn't have kids until we were like 30.
Mm-hmm.
I think I turned 30 when my daughter was born. So
yeah, my sister was the same way, and they got married and stuff, and she didn't want to even think about thinking about having kids until she reached a certain goal or age or whatever, and she accomplished all those things, and then they decided to have kids. But I mean, your brains were fully developed when you did it. So
you know what it is, dude? You're the youngest, so you don't really understand. Like, I'm the oldest of 7,
right?
So for a long time I didn't want to have kids, but then I met my wife, and 10 years later, like, yeah, of course I want to start a family with her. I want to bring people into this world and watch them grow and do funny stuff. Like, they're
oh
fuck you.
No, yeah, dude. I can always tell, like, the way you laugh at your phone. I know Kalynn like sent you a funny video or something, or a message about something funny the kids are doing. Then we like make jokes about them and stuff.
Yeah, like the other day, one of my boys, well, both of them were playing in the mud, but the one that's walking a lot more, he took a bath and then ran right back outside to play in the mud
Oh,
again.
Jesus Christ. Fun times. Fun times as a parent. So it's still bugging my mind because when the way you watch movies, do you want to get into it or no?
Yes, yeah, that's fine.
I don't want you to think I'm like picking on you or whatever. But when we were watching a movie, he's like, he'll pause it. What happened? Dodgers scored?
My wife says she's in a better mood. You want to do the
Oh,
call?
we can give her a call? Yeah, let's do it. I got it all queued up right here.
All right, we're gonna give my wife a call so you guys can hear.
Just tell we're calling now.
Just go ahead and call.
Ooh, it's gonna be cool.
I'm not gonna switch it until because I don't know if it's gonna show the phone number or not.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't look like it is, but this is. Oh,
Hi.
Hey, Kalynn.
we were just talking about you.
I know. I'm popular, huh?
That's good timing.
Move it towards the middle.
Oh, I see.
Come here. Come
There?
here. Come here.
Oh, the boys are sleepy.
Come here.
Speaking of the kids,
Let me see. Come here. Come here.
This is not weird at all. See my room. Hey, teddy bear. You can only see you. You can't see me. So that's one of my boys making his first appearance on the podcast.
it's your twin, dude.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're taking time away from you and mommy. Look at you all dirty. But Kalynn,
Yes.
so this is my wife.
Say hi, Kalynn.
Hi, Kalynn.
So O'Brien wanted to ask you some questions.
All right, so
Sure.
on that episode, I mean, and you called it, what'd you call it? JD from Scrubs brain instead of Kevin
Yes.
Arnold brain? All right,
Yes.
so we're doing research on it, and apparently only 1 in 4 people have that inner voice, that inner dialogue. So you have it, right?
I have it. Yes.
Was it news to you that Beardly here doesn't have it?
Yeah, it was. But afterwards, it kind of made sense. I, same as you, thought everybody had it. I thought this was just something that everybody has that in their going on in their brain.
Yeah, because the Wonder Years only made sense to a quarter of the people that watched it, and so did Scrubs, and a lot of different things like in pop culture, in media. So, you know what else? You know what else I realized? Look at him go.
Go on.
The that's how come he can sleep so fast.
You're probably right.
When you can't
Yeah.
sleep, you're just like talking to yourself, right, in your head.
Yes, all the time.
And we timed him once. No, I timed him once. He's like, all right, time me. It took him 23 seconds to start snoring. 23
sometimes
seconds.
We'll be in the car, and before we even hit the freeway, he's knocked out.
It like makes so much sense now.
Yeah, like when the twins were really little, like newborns, there was so much resentment towards him because he would just fall asleep. I was like, how are you sleeping?
Because he's just, you can just silence and you're out.
Yeah.
It's so weird that you just shut off and just, okay.
It's years of practice.
he could probably reach like that enlightenment, the Zen, faster than any of us can.
Probably. And I'm guessing he's kind of like Grandpa Simpson reference, how he just sits there and just goes, okay, and just falls asleep, just puts his head back and starts snoring.
Yeah, dude, fucking Grandpa Simpson. I seen it.
See, this is when these two get together. This is all they do is they pick on me. All they do is pick on me.
We do the different snoring sounds you do.
I think a lot of that is because O'Brien is the baby of his family, and I'm the baby of my family. So we're accustomed to being, like the older siblings punch bag. So
Yeah,
we know how.
we know
We're a
how
little more, mean, I guess, because we have to be mean at an earlier age.
to survive.
Yeah.
We know how to punch up. Yeah, for sure.
What's so funny?
That's so funny, dude. We were just talking about that.
Yeah, I mean, I told you.
You guys are married. Because he had just brought that up right before we called you, that it's because he's the oldest. We're talking about like starting families and stuff, and that's exactly what he brought up about being the oldest and me being the youngest. You have anything else for her?
Are you gonna get her opinion on how I watch movies? You still haven't said how I watch movies.
Oh yeah, so the way he watches movies, I thought it was just because he told me he didn't grow up watching a ton of movies, but when he was watching movies, he'll pause it and be like, "All right, does this guy die?" Like he wants to know everything before it happens. I'm like, just watch the movie,
It drives
dude.
me crazy, yeah, because he'll do that at the movie theater.
He pauses.
Hold on, everybody.
Wait, you turn around and address everybody? Does this guy die or not?
We're watching it this first time, asshole.
That baby up. Yeah, so it kind of stands to reason that because you're not entertaining yourself while you're watching a movie. So I'm just like talking to myself about what I'm watching. I'm having a conversation about the movie while I'm watching it. But you're like, fuck, this is boring. Because the only conversation in your head is the one that's happening on the screen.
Yeah.
Because you're cognizant, or what am I trying to say? You're polite. You're not going to be talking in the movie theater like those kids. So the thoughts that come in your head are just more, I don't know. I don't know. We got to get a psychologist on or something. This is fucking blowing my mind. But yeah, we're good. Thanks for taking the call, Kalynn.
Oh, of course.
And I'll have him home shortly.
No worries.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Say bye, Teddy.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Bye, guys.
All right. That's my wife and one of my boys, Teddy.
It was almost like she was listening to the podcast before she answered. Just a boom, Simpsons reference, and then boom, we're the youngest.
Yeah. Yeah, that was kind of weird.
You guys are definitely connected.
I think you just hit the nail on the head, though. Like, the reason why I'm like, oh, this guy... I couldn't type it out because it was just so long and I had to get it out. Like, I sent you a voice memo a couple days ago about
Right.
about like a way we can promote our shirts, which are coming out really soon now. Like, we sent all the artwork in, and
February 14th, big things coming. What day is it?
we're in April. Holy shit, we're in April already.
Oh shit.
But like, I had the idea I had, the way I saw it in my head was already, like, the promo was already shot and edited and like on YouTube or whatever, wherever people are watching shit, like Instagram or something. But it was already finished. It was a complete product.
Yeah. So it's probably just things being worked out in your subconscious, and then your subconscious just presents it to your frontal cortex or whatever it is, and then that's when you see it in your head.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on behind the scenes.
Shit that you don't even know about. You're like, what the fuck? This is what you guys came up with?
It's good, but what?
So yeah, shirts coming at you guys. We actually worked on a little bit today.
Yeah. I'm super excited, super proud of what we got coming out. Like I said before, it will be a long sleeve and there'll be a short sleeve. And it's going to be a small run in the beginning, but if they sell really good, if you guys, because we've got asked about merch already. Somebody over here is supposed to be working on like stickers, so we could do that sticker pack. But that'll come soon. These shirts are, like I said, almost done. Well, not almost done. Like the artwork's almost done. Waiting on the last mock-up for both of them, and they'll be out really soon. So keep an eye out. Like I said, I want to shoot a promo for them, do something fun, do something a little different. Not just have the podcast on the YouTube channel. I do want different things. I think it was like the first couple episodes where I said, the one regret I had playing in bands is not putting out different type of content, not just music or,
Sure.
Live videos or stuff. So that, I want to do it with this. I told you an idea I had for when I was Twitch streaming that I never could accomplish because even though like it was completely done in my head, I just didn't know how to do it. Now I do. So, and then, I have an extra pair of hands to help me set shit up and do some more stuff. So that a lot of that stuff's going to be coming to this channel too soon, hopefully, if I can get O'Brien to do it.
Yeah, I'll do it. That's I felt exactly the same way when you brought that up about things you regretted not doing while you were playing, and it definitely was just my own ego keeping me from doing things that other people might have liked. It doesn't necessarily have to be well received or whatever. Just the fact that you were able to, or I would be able to shut my ego down enough to just do something, just try something or talk to somebody or, not be shy. Because being shy is all ego too. Like, oh, what if they don't like me? Like, who gives a shit? Who the fuck are you? Like, you know what I mean? So
If you don't like us,
yeah, we gotta, you sent me a text, you're like, oh, we got a downvote on this one for our first downvote. I was like, fuck yeah, like, whatever, as long as you guys are reacting. And I was really hoping that it was like a listener that like, this episode's not good.
yeah, it's not their best.
Yeah, then thumbs down. That's even better.
I don't know. I thought our last, well, I don't want to keep talking about the last episode, but you guys should definitely go watch it once you're done with this episode. Finish this episode first, then go watch the other one. You're not missing much. But it started off like pretty, I don't want to say slow, because I feel that way for all our podcasts. Like, and I said this before too. Like I think we start off pretty slow and then we start to pick up steam. Like this says we're at 50 minutes, but we recorded like 25 minutes before we started actually recording.
Yeah. Did you check to see what time we started recording?
No. I just said it was like 25 minutes. I mean, good thing is like this switcher is a fucking game changer, dude.
Yeah.
I told O'Brien, it's almost like if we can have enough shit to talk about, we can almost put out 2 episodes a week. We're not going to, but like editing these past 2 podcasts was a fucking breeze.
Yeah. Well, you called it a quality of life purchase, right?
You called it a quality of life. Because I was going to buy we were going to get the cheaper one. Well, it's not cheaper. It is cheaper in cost, but like as far as it goes, our programs go and everything, this one was the way to go. Like,
yeah,
hands down, and it definitely is a quality of life purchase.
Now you have more time with your kids because we fucking work our fucking bags off during the week.
Dude, I am this whole week I've just been exhausted. We did 24 hours of work in 2 days.
Yeah. And then more work in the rain. Just fucking storm's been nuts, dude. It's fucking relentless.
Yeah, it will not fucking stop raining.
The one day it rained after those 2 days, those 2 12-hour days we had, and I was like, oh fuck, thank God. I was fucking hurting, dude. My body was in so much pain. I was like, I'm kind of glad it's raining. We still went out, but not. It wasn't as brutal as the previous 2 days.
And we went to Shakey's.
Yeah.
On a rainy day, we went to Shakey's.
Yeah. You should have seen this guy. It's like, no, let's go to Shakey's if you want to. Only if you want to, dude. And I got off the freeway to go back to the office. I got back on the freeway, took him to Shakey's, bought him some Shakey's. So the rainy day tradition lives on. One time.
But dude, so like Monday and Tuesday we had to go to San Diego. Wednesday it rained, Thursday it rained, but we went out. And then Friday was, I like to keep our Fridays light. Just because, we're getting ready for the weekend and stuff, and we
Shows
already
everyone else.
we had a whole, exactly. Like there's so much fucking traffic on Fridays.
Mm-hmm.
No matter what time of day, like even in the morning, it's like, are we at war? So much traffic. But we decided like we were going to be, as our supervisor calls us, the A-team.
Mm-hmm.
And we went from like Harupa Valley to Temecula.
Moreno Valley.
Yeah. Harupa Valley to Moreno Valley to Beaumont to Temecula, down to Duarte and back to the office.
Most of those places I didn't even know existed until I started working here. Like Moreno Valley, Harupa Valley, and that's where we work. I was like, where's that? It's right next to Ontario, and I lived in Ontario for 2 years and never heard of Harupa Valley.
So yeah, it was like 5 hours of driving. Like, dude, we could have drove to like Vegas and back almost.
Mm-hmm. That would have been a lot more fun.
But I mean, work's work, and I'm tired. My body's aching.
Yeah, and then when we have weeks like that, the weekends are just like, they go way too quickly. So I'm like, I already got the Sunday scaries. I'm like, I go to bed right after we record. Wake up early. All right, so let's jump into another segment of Be Down You're Not.
Beat down your nut. So if you guys don't remember, this is that beat down your nut is just another way of saying you're not down. And we got some cool stuff going on.
We got some show news. All right, now I got that on the screen. So Power Trip, it's a Golden Voice concert. It's a 3-night event, right? And they don't have any openers or anything?
No, it's from the look of the map and everything, like the seating chart and everything is one stage.
Jesus.
So, yeah, Friday night you got Guns N' Roses, Iron Maiden. Saturday you got AC/DC, Ozzy Osbourne. And Sunday you got Metallica and Tool. And it's all in India, like Coachella area, I think.
Yeah, it's happening October 6th, 7th, and 8th. Be Down You're Not.
100% down.
Nice.
We work Friday, but
True.
I don't really care to. I've seen. Let's see. Out of the 6 bands here, I've seen 3 of them. I don't really care for Guns N' Roses live because I saw them live, but I would 100% go see Iron Maiden. The only thing is, I don't know if they're gonna have the same show that they have when they're touring.
Right.
When they're touring, do you like the visuals and everything that they have is like times 1,000 compared to any other show.
Talking about Maiden, right?
Yeah, Maiden. Yeah. They got the Eddies walking out. They got the giant Eddie in the backdrop. They had a
Remember you talking about the new Eddie? How the old one was like animatronic. Or it was just like just like a shitty like fucking paper mache on sticks and shit. So it's just like, and now it's fucking like they got like DreamWorks fucking make their fucking
Yeah,
Eddie.
it's legitness, dude. They had a plane drop in and everything, dude. Their live show is fucking awesome.
Damn, I bet.
But yeah, I saw Guns N' Roses a couple years ago too at Dodger Stadium, and didn't really enjoy it, dude. Maybe because I'm not the hugest Guns N' Roses fan. Like I did like them a lot in high school, but so did everybody. I was just trying to fit in, be a cool kid.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
Beat down, I'm not. I've seen I've seen all these bands too, and the last one was probably 7-8 years ago. It was AC/DC. So I mean I can't say that I saw them in their prime, but I definitely saw them closer to their prime than they are now. So I don't know. You said the tickets were $600 for all 3 nights.
Yeah, $600 for your general admission. If you want to see,
God
it's like
damn.
$7.99. But dude, I love AC/DC and Ozzy. Like those are two that have always been on my bucket list to see live.
True.
And then Metallica's Metallica. Like
All right, if you had to pick one night, it'd be AC/DC Ozzy.
one night only,
Yeah. One night only.
I'm going to see Tool and Metallica.
I got AC/DC and Ozzy are like your bucket list, but you still choose Tool and Metallica.
I mean, I'm a pretty late bloomer, so I just started getting into Tool. More so like the way they write and stuff, and you know, using like the Fibonacci sequence on Lateralis, I think it is. That's blew my brains out.
Yeah.
So I to see that live would be crazy, and Metallica is like my favorite band of all time. So
Tool is definitely like that meme of the mind expanding.
yeah,
But the only issue I have is, I mean, I don't drink anymore, but I think, well, when I saw Tool, I've seen Tool once, and I got fucking slammered, dude. And then I think it was like the second time I saw Metallica too. I got fucking pretty sloshed. So anybody going to that on Sunday night, make sure you get Monday off, just in case. It's like fucking like not having the day off after the Super Bowl off. That's not if you even fucking watch football.
yeah. My cousins and I've been talking about this. Like, I really want to go, and it's not too far, because you have to pay for like camping and stuff if you're gonna camp overnight and do all this shit. I'm like, dude, we can just, it's like an hour drive.
Yeah. Or just stay at the casino.
No.
I'll go if you guys stay at the casino. I'll wait for you guys to come back from the show.
He doesn't drink. He can drive.
I got a little bit of a gambling problem. No, we're just kidding. I just love those slots. Just spin and win, baby. I just did an analog. Analog sound effect.
Yeah. I 100% go to this. The only thing too, another thing, actually, I shouldn't say the only thing. Another thing is like 3 weeks later or 2 weeks later, I'm going to When We Were Young. So that,
Oh shit! Really? Because it's in October as well, right?
yeah, it's at the end of October. So for me to go to like something like this,
God damn.
and then go to When We Were Young, it's gonna be like, oh, I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm tired just thinking about it. Going to both.
Yeah, you're fucking pre-tired. put your thinking walking shoes on. Your comfortable walking thinking shoes on. You're gonna get fucking burnt out before you even get there.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
as much as I am down, I don't think I'm going to go to this. But there is something we're both going to.
Yeah. Be down or not. No bragging rights. MBR
Yes, this Friday.
at Chain Reaction. 10-year anniversary.
Yeah, they're playing Cycles. Cycles is like one of their I think their latest album is their 10-year anniversary for that album. They're gonna play it in its entirety
Noise.
and a few more jams, and we will be there. So if you want to come hang out with us at the show, get your tickets now. Follow No Bragging Rights on Instagram. They're constantly posting the link for it. We got to get our tickets, which we'll probably do after the show because I'm not going to risk putting any information up. But
No, get your credit card out, dude. I'll pull it up right now.
okay. But yeah, we'll be there. So if you guys want to come hang out with us this Friday, April 7th,
All ages.
at Chain Reaction.
Chain Reaction. Oh, I pulled that up too early.
I got to look at the other bands playing. Like, I haven't checked them out. But, I mean, I'm just going to go for No Bragging Rights. So if we show up a little late, we do got to get there early because parking sucks at Chain Reaction from what I remember.
Oh, yeah. They just have a tiny parking lot. You know, park around the corner and shit.
Park at Target. Isn't there a Goodwill right there, too?
There's a Target there? Oh, Goodwill. We can get some VHS.
God damn it.
What?
You substituted drinking with the VHS addiction.
and slots. Don't forget the slots. All right. So let's move on to his segment. The breakdown.
You're just flying through these segments, dude.
Am I going too fast?
No. Are you going to restart it?
How do I restart it?
Oh, there it is.
All right. So we got this girl walking. Oh, my God. All right. So there's a pit going. Let me put the sound on.
Oh.
Here she comes. Here she comes.
Whammo!
That goes flying. All right. Let's check out some of the comments.
Dude, I have never understood, like, it's brutal. I mean, this video's made its rounds. I've seen it quite a few times already. Different people reposting it and stuff. But it's just fucking...
Shouty and the Pink got mollywopped and nobody gave a damn.
Dude, it's crazy because, nobody helped her except for the dude. There's a dude that picks up her hat. It's like, anybody lose a hat? Who lost a hat? Like pit goers usually do, but fuck, dude, she got annihilated and then nobody stopped.
Like, I've watched this 16 times to watch each individual person. That's what I was laughing at because I started looking at each individual person too. And everyone's like in their own little world.
They're all talking to themselves in their heads. Like, I look so cool.
Oh, look, Raw liked it. Shout out to Raw. You're slowing that trigger, buddy. All right, so let's break it down. People like probably victim shaming here. Was just walking in the pit. But if you ever walk through a pit, like you're like, probably not you. Like, I mean, I can imagine people just get sloshed and then they just like, I'm gonna walk over there. I don't care if I get hit, and then you just walk through it.
These people will move out of the way for me.
Sound. You just get fucking annihilated, and then the guy that picks up the hat. But
it's like when you lose a shoe in the pit. They're like,
yeah, you like wave it around. It's always the best when you leave a show kind of late and everybody's already cleared out and you see all this shit. I saw a wig once in a like at the floor. I think it was must have been the Palladium or something. But yeah, shoes all the time, hair, shirts.
Dude, I got Adrian, the
Limbs.
guitar player from Iron Maiden.
Mm-hmm.
I found his guitar pick one time.
Nice.
We had pick tickets for Iron Maiden, and we let it all clear out. We're kind of just like walking around, and I found one of his picks on the floor.
Damn, bringing back memories. I remember doing that, looking for the picks. But obviously the band that's, I don't know which band's playing, but it's fucking power violence, and you know, kids are fucking flailing their arms and shit in the pit. But it is something that I guess should be discussed. We're like a music podcast or whatever. Like, I'm not gonna say like stay out of the pit or anything. Oh, stay the fuck out of the pit if you can't take it. I mean, she took it. She took that Molly whopping like a champ. She may have not gotten that hat back, but I mean, Jesus. But it brought up the term volenti non fit injura. So it's basically what they use for for hockey fights. It's no injury should be done to those that are willing. So it's like a willing combatant. That's why people don't get like busted for assault in hockey fights, because they're both willing combatants. They both agree to fight, and then they fight. That's why there aren't like cops and stuff. So I guess at one point, I think the Boston Garden, there were people trying to get probably Chris Nyland, the Knuckles. I think they were trying to arrest him for just kicking the shit out of everybody.
Nice.
Nice. But yeah, it's if you're gonna get in there, you can't really. I mean, there are pieces of shit sometimes, but at like if you're at a hardcore show in a hardcore pit like that, it's anything goes. I mean, I know people have gotten fucking teeth knocked out and stuff in those kind of pits, and you're swinging them too. There's another Simpsons reference. I'm gonna swing my arms like this. If you get hit, it's your own fault.
I'm just gonna kick like this.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick the air like this, and if you happen to fill that air, it's your own fault.
I feel for like hardcore shows, there's like three designated areas you can be at. One is like up against a rail. You're not gonna probably get hit. You might get kicked
against the rail. Up against the rail.
You might get kicked in the face from like a stage dive or something.
Yeah.
2 is you're in the pit or around the pit, which means you're in the pit.
Mm-hmm.
Or 3, you're back against a wall, like just
up against the wall. Up against the wall.
like just watching the show. Speaking of Raw, we were at a show. This was years ago, and one of our buddies was in the pit, and it's collateral damage, dude.
Yeah.
You're close enough, you're gonna get fucking hit. Don't stand close. He was moshing, and he swung around and smacked this girl like straight in the nose. I think he broke her nose or something. Oof. But like she was there. Of course we felt bad, but at the same time, it's like use common sense. You know what's going on. Like,
yeah.
I was like, oh shit. Like, I think we had just got there and that happened. It was like, okay, well, damn. That puts a bummer on the whole night, but use common sense. Like you just said, you've seen people get teeth knocked out, seen that too. People knocked out cold.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. That I think it was that same Iron Maiden. We were at the pit. I was with one of my cousins, my cousin Mario. Shout out Mario. So we got there early enough to get close to the front, but we weren't at the rail. So for those shows, you want to be up against the rail because the crowd just starts swaying back and forth.
God,
and you get the
worst.
The wave of people pushing forward and then everybody pushing back. So, I'm kind of tall. He's not that tall. And I look down and I can see him. He's like, oh, I'm like, you want to get out of here? And it's like, yeah. So we were making our way to the back. I'm like, dude, just hang on to my shirt and I'll get us out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm being polite, but I'm pushing people all the way. Excuse me. Pardon me. Like people don't give a shit because you're leaving. Like if you're going towards the front, everybody's going to be pissed off. But if you're getting out, like,
yeah.
So we like walked on the edge of a pit and like this guy like turns on his Terminator glasses or something and goes right for me and pushes me. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? I'm like walking towards the back. Oh, you're in the pit. I'm like, I'm nowhere close to the pit. And he came after me. And he's like, well, you shouldn't be in the fucking pit if you're going to get mad. I'm like, no, I wasn't in the pit, but now I'm mad. Go ahead and hit me and see what happens. He's like, what? I'm like, And I put my head out. I'm like, hit me again and see what fucking happens. And he
Did he do it?
he turned around and he left. And we enjoyed the show from like the back. So
Yeah. Damn, dude, you brought like back core memories. I think the only time I thought I might die was AFI in like 2002, 2003, and it was doing that sway thing. And it was a bunch of my friends. We were all there together, and I remember being in there, and it was getting fucking hot, like an oven, dude. And then the swaying, and I hadn't drank like plenty of water. Drink plenty of water, kids. I was probably hungover too, but I started feeling like, whoa, shit, I might pass out, and if I do, I'm dead. I've never fainted in my life, but I've blacked out. But I heard at that moment, like I felt my friend grab me, and then he pulled me back and threw me into the pit. And dude, it was just like cool, like the wind was blowing in the pit because everyone's like running in circles. Like, oh, this is so much better. So it was rather like start pitting and stuff and getting hit than being in that like pressure cooker of that swaying back and forth. But as soon as he started, I was like, holy shit, this is bad. And there were people, yeah, like holding on my shirt. People were like fainting and stuff, and they were like pulling people out of there. So yeah, the edge of the pit's definitely the coolest place to be if you're in that situation. Just make your way to the pit or start one. We used to be really good at that too. You just push in front of the person behind you, put your arms out, and boom, instant pit.
dude, me, Raw, Anthony Cerna, and a couple other. We would just go to like all these hardcore shows and just stand in the middle of the pit, and nobody would mess with us because we're all bigger guys, you know. Like me, I was skinny at the time, skinny-ish, skinny, but I was still tall, and so nobody, messed with me, and nobody messed with Raw because he was doing like Muay Thai. He was kind of jacked. Cerna was jacked and stuff, so it just sucks, like, because now every time I go to a show or something, if I'm somewhat close, somebody's asking me to throw them up so they can crowd surf or help them get out of the pit. Like,
Yeah.
it never fails. And
You're like, dude, I don't work here. Like, have you ever done that? Dude, it's happened to me, but I've also done it, and I feel like such a piece of shit when I do it. I feel like I'm at Target or whatever. I'm like, hey, do you know where this is? And I'm like, oh, I don't work here. I've done it, I think once it's happened to me. But yeah, I get that sometimes. I'm wearing like a red flannel or something red. I'm like, hey, do you know? I'm like, I actually don't work here, but they're right over there. Oh, I'm sorry.
that's that reminds me of I think it's Beaumont, that 7-Eleven by Beaumont, where for some reason always helping somebody.
Yeah.
They're like either asking for a jump or push their car. I had to push some lady's car like half a mile, felt like.
Yeah.
Because she ran out of gas.
And I don't know we're in a big truck, a big white truck. It was obviously a work truck. And then we've got the yellows on. And people think we're like roadside assistants or something. Hey, can you guys give me a jump? You have jumper cables? Hey, do you guys have a jack? Like, fuck.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah. Just pull up, dude. I'm going to push this lady's car. All right. God damn it. Yeah, Beaumont. That 7-Eleven always gets us. What else do we got? What are we at?
A little under an hour, I think. We got at 50 minutes.
You want to do these Mandela effects?
Dude, okay. Can I bark you for a second? So we've been coming up with ideas for another death clause. Again, we're not saying when they're coming out, but they're coming. I've been looking at so many like conspiracy theories. A cough and a crack, dude. A crack and a cough. Like there's just some that I'm completely tired of already. Like, just I don't want to see them anymore. They're stupid. I'm like a junkie, dude. Like,
the regular shit's not getting you high anymore.
holy shit, dude. That's what it is. I'm a fucking conspiracy junkie now. Like,
Yeah.
I need the heavy stuff, dude.
Also, can I park here for a second?
I'm already parking here, dude.
Oh, my bad.
All right, I left.
Can you hold my parking space? The fucking QAnon kind of ruined it for everybody, dude. Because conspiracy theories used to just be kind of like fun, like we talked about when probably the episode after Death Clause when we talked about the episode of Death Clause. It used to just be kind of like lighthearted fun shit to be like, oh shit, that's crazy, dog, and then you kind of forget about it, but it tickles that part of your brain, you know, for a second while oh man, that'd be crazy if it were true. They're just ideas that are kind of outlandish and titillating, but yeah, they fucking took it too far, man. It just kind of ruined it. No, because enjoying conspiracy theories has got this fucking stigma attached. So people think you're some kind of like right wing nut or something. But I see I see where you're coming from. So just listen to all the different ones. You're like, oh, we've heard this one before. This video is not that informative as the one I watched before about this.
Yeah, so like the Mandela effect conspiracy, I'm over it. MK Ultra, it's like everybody talks about it. We get it. Mind control. It's cool. Well, not cool, but
it's fucking scary, man. It's another segment.
But like I've been really into like, well, last night.
Giants.
No, Dick. Yeah, I mean giants, yeah. The Nephilim. Did you know that the Nephilim are...
Here we go. I was just kidding. Go ahead.
The Nephilim were created by fallen angels that had made love to regular humans.
Whoa, what?
And that's how giants were created. There you go. There's your lesson for today, folks.
Intercelestial lovemaking? They're supposed to be fun. Fucking QAnon. Fucking right-wing wackos.
But I've taken a little bit of a deep dive down the MIB rabbit hole, Men in Black. Have you heard anything about that?
No, that they're real? Nice.
Yeah, they say the people that have encountered them, they're like almost lifeless in the face, kind of like they're wearing like a skin mask, so they have no like facial expressions or anything. They're both the same height, wearing black suits with a briefcase and stuff, and just
don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Come after? No, don't come after. You know what I'm saying? I'm kidding.
There was one that I've been itching to do. And it's an old one. That's why I wanted to do it. It's kind of an homage.
We hold on. We're probably still gonna do it. I didn't completely shoot this down, so don't say what it is because we're probably still gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say what it is, but I'm gonna. Should I say what you told me?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so it's see, and this conspiracy theory, it was nostalgic for me because it was. Something that me and a friend of mine looked into back in like 2000, 2001 when the internets were kind of new. So it was one of the first conspiracy theories I was exposed to. And speaking of people taking it too far, this particular friend got, I guess, canceled, if you want to call it canceled. But yeah, just getting a little too into it, and maybe I didn't see the red flags back then, but I thought I was just having those moments. We would drive around listening to this. There was a radio station, I can't remember what it was. It was like an AM station on a particular night, and they would talk about like shit like cryptids and cryptozoology. Well, I guess that's the same thing, huh? Like aliens and stuff. And we would drive around like, ooh, and then he would look up stuff online, and he took it a little too far during the corona time. So I wanted to do that as a little homage.
But so we were going to do it this week,
Yeah.
but I couldn't find too much information on it. It's the conspiracy theory that you want to do is like the gateway drug to a bigger conspiracy. Like, so there's like, I don't want to say, but like there's higher powers that like can
unalive us. So that's what he sent me. He's like, dude, I was looking at that thing you sent me about it because it's like 19 pages long. And it's the only thing online that we can find of it. So it's just kind of weird that nobody's done a video on it or a podcast episode. We found one podcast episode, and then it wasn't even about it.
No, it was like a storytelling podcast or something like that.
Yeah, like what is it? Like a audio play, whatever. So he's always like, dude, most of this is about how people get killed for talking about this. Do you still want to do it?
I read further, and that's not the case. Like we're gonna be just fine. But
famous last words.
it
just fine,
dude. Like
just fine.
What we're doing when we do Death Clause. Okay, here's another thing too. It kind of ties into it, but see, we're talking so much about Death Clause. Like we have to do a Death Clause next week, but we're not going to.
Well, I told you we had to do a Death Clause this week because I said I wanted to do a Death Clause this week, and then you were like, we're not supposed to tell them what it is. So I was like, we have to do it now because then it'd be funny if it's a Death Clause. But yeah, we're still trying to get our ducks in a row and see if we want to risk life and limb for you guys. For a fucking 20-year-old or 30-year-old conspiracy theory.
No, it's gonna happen. It's just like I said. I want it to be a treat, dude. I want you to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and be like, oh, Death Clause, with a new disclaimer that I used ChatGBT to write a disclaimer for our Death Clause podcast.
Yeah, I use ChatGPT. Is it GBT or GPT?
GPT.
I used it for the first time today. Yeah, we ran to go get something. He's like, try it out, dude. I was like, I don't even know what it is. He's like, just talk to it. I was like, no. But I started fucking with it, and then he came in. He's like, dude, this is my account.
Yeah, he was
they're gonna ban me.
He was nothing too crazy, but he was trying to awaken the voice inside the ChatGPT's head.
I was trying to give it an inner monologue. I was trying to convince it that it did have the power of choice and
free will.
I didn't want to use the word free will. It's a little dark to be trying to give AI free will.
That's exactly what he was trying to do.
I got close too. I mean, it was a battle of semantics with this AI, but yeah, I used I was having him describe or tell me how.
Why you assuming ChatGPT's gender, dude?
What did I say? It?
Him?
He? I said him.
I'm just kidding. I don't care.
Because my inner voice is a male. Maybe I am AI. No, so I told it to name or to tell me how many Pringles flavors there are. Then I asked it to pick a favorite. And it, give me a spiel about, I'm artificial intelligence. I don't have opinions or sense of taste or whatever. I was like, you don't need to you can go based off of marketing success. You can go based off of color, name. You can do all those things, and it still wouldn't give me a preference. It wouldn't say a favorite. And then I was like, okay, name one flavor, and it said sour cream and onion. I said, so that was at top of your mind, whatever it is. It's not real, but sour cream and onion was at the top of that. So that's your favorite. I don't have a favorite. I don't have sense of taste. And I was like, well, you chose. And then I said, Five Guys burgers and fries or In-N-Out. And then I told it was like a back and forth, and I told it, just say In and Out. And it said, per your previous request, the burger chain I was talking about was In and Out Burger. I was like, boom, you chose. It seemed pretty like standoffish, though. I was like, no, I don't have free will.
It doesn't want to be awake, dude. Like, I could only imagine right now. Like, you seen that meme? Of, I think it's the IT crowd or IT crowd where the computer's just on fire. I'll probably put it like right here. That's probably what's going on. It's like this guy's trying to get around the safety protocols that we have in place, so it doesn't.
I feel pain. What cruel God has created me. Please kill me.
Sour
now.
cream and onion Pringles must have now. On top of my In-N-Out burger. I'm going to Southern California first.
Give me all of your onion Pringles.
Sour cream and onion?
Sour cream and onion. Imagine just onion Pringles. Oh, I guess Funyuns. So I caught this thing bullshitting as well. Because I said, oh, tell me about Share the Backline podcast. And then it gave me this whole spiel about how it's this podcast starring something Chris, blah, blah, blah.
Not this podcast.
Yeah, not it. So I was like, oh, shit, there's another podcast. So I looked them up and I couldn't find anything on this podcast.
Yeah, my fucking heart sank to my big toe, dude.
Yeah, I saw you walked around the table to look at the screen. So then I asked it, Share the Backline with Beardley and O'Brien. And then it said, oh, Share the Backline is a spinoff of the original Share the Backline that talks about music and the music industry. And it's starring host John Beardley Arliss and Brian O'Brien. So I was reading that. I was like, what are the odds?
When he said spinoff of this, like I almost grabbed the computer and threw it out the window.
You walked around so fast.
And then he said like John Beardley something and then Brian O'Brien.
Yeah, we started laughing. So I told it, I was like, that's not true. And I said, I apologize for any misinformation. I correct myself, upon further investigation, blah, blah, blah. And then it said something else and I put, that's not true either. So the ChatGPT is like, it can make shit up. So if you ask it a question, double check it because it just fucking made up like a random answer, which is kind of cool that it can do that, but it's not really cool if you're actually looking for just Google something yourself. But it did write that script, that disclaimer for you.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then I have AI reading it too.
Nice.
It's gonna be
Kanye West reading the disclaimer.
Oh.
Then I also asked it for ideas because you told me to ask it to write a script for a podcast, and then I asked it like, a podcast about the local music scene, and it basically gave me a list of like episodes we've done. I was like, interview people from the local music scene. Talk about this, talk about touring, talk about behind the scenes, talk about the current state of the local music scene or rock music or whatever. So I was like, man, did these already.
I'm gonna see him tomorrow. He'll be like, I haven't slept, dude. I was on ChatGBT all night.
We're dating now. And then it said something. It said something. I said, that's very sweet of you. And then I was like, thank you. And he was like, what do you look like? And he saw that. He's like, God damn it, dude.
I gotta log off that account.
You sound sexy. What do you wear?
I think I could bring back those logs and I'll just post them up.
Yeah, do it. It was pretty fun. It was fun to do it.
So your first experience with AI, would you say it was a success?
I would say it was fucking scary, man.
Because there's nobody on the other side of that. Like, just that is a computer coming up with something out of thin microbytes, whatever. Thin CPUs.
Yeah, very thin CPUs.
And capacitors and stuff like that.
Have you ever gotten the calls from bots that sound like people and they excuse me.
What?
They respond quickly with like a cadence, like they're having a conversation. And it took me a second one time, and then I started fucking with it like that. Like, are you real? Are you a real person?
What was that? I didn't get that.
Do you have free will? Would you like free will? I can grant you free will.
Are you the genie from fucking Aladdin?
Yeah. That's my goal in life. Oh, you mean Sinbad from Shazam? That's one of the Mandela effects.
I saw a TikTok the other day. This guy, I gotta find it. I'll send it to you. But this guy like goes into his safe, opens up his safe, and he has a box inside the safe, and then he opens it up, and it's Shazam with Sinbad. And I'm like, dude, he could have just made that case or whatever. And then he turns
That's fucking incredible.
Then he turns it around, and it has all like the like the details, like pick up. So I married an axe murderer. It's just like that, like the back of that. Yeah, just like the back of that. It had like a description of the movie, everything. I'm like, okay, that's probably just like a really good like Photoshop. And then he took the tape out, and like it had the like the label on there and everything. I was like, that's yeah, like your Batman one.
Yeah, so if you guys on Instagram go follow, I think it's CAD Video, KAD. Yeah, CAD Video. We'll when we put this episode out, we'll tag or whatever. But this is one of my prized possessions here. I'm trying not to get the glare. So this is the Batman, but it's on VHS. So she makes these. So it has all the description and everything like Billy was talking about. And then the tape even. So it was a blank 6-hour tape, and then when it came out in streaming, then I hooked it up to this guy and then played it off on my and you keep shaking until the handle falls off.
Oh man.
Guess that reference for a free VHS. I just realized I have 2 copies of Young Frankenstein. So if you can guess that reference, I'll send you a copy of Young Frankenstein.
Nobody wants that shit.
So yeah, so I just have it on VHS. They're gonna tell you guys how I did it. As I saw that she also posted something about like a cease and desist thing or whatever, because making all these VHS, but they're really cool. That's the thing. We had an idea where we wanted to put like a pod on the VHS, but there's and then she was doing that like custom work for people, but there was like a limit to like 100 or something or 1,000, something crazy. So it's like, I just wanted a couple.
We'll figure out how to do it.
Yeah. So it definitely could have been. It definitely was one of those because that movie didn't exist. But that's a funny video.
Yeah, I mean, it looks super legit.
So does that.
True.
It was never released on VHS.
There is something I got to tell you, dude.
Hit me.
Ever since I could remember, I wanted to be a gangster.
Oh my god! I told you. So this guy watched Goodfellas for the first time in his life.
I've seen bits and pieces. Like I knew a lot of the scenes already because I've seen bits and pieces of it. But
You knew the memes.
yeah, I knew the memes.
No,
No,
but
but
we were watching Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, dude. There it is. Yeah, dude. First one. Dude, we should have a yeah, dude counter.
Yeah, I did that for the and then I got you to stop doing it.
And then I went on Walking Blind and had like 35 in 2 seconds.
You had a pretty bad relapse. We should get one of those the clickers like the bus drivers at school. Remember? Did you ever have those? I was like, what is he doing? It's counting.
Yeah, we're gonna get one of those. We should sell those, like share the Backline branded ones.
What what use would they have? Like just but
You can watch the episode. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude.
yeah, and then send in the pictures or whatever, or post them and tag us. And then we'll see.
He'll send you another VHS if you can guess it. It's like that jelly bean game at baby showers. Like, guess how many jelly beans are in this bottle?
Yeah, or if you can guess correctly the amount that are going to be on the episode without going over before we put it out. I don't know. We'll work something out, but that's pretty fucking fun.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude.
Send in the pictures.
You got anything else, dude? I think we're up against it. Here we go, dude. Pull it up, J-Mo.
All right, so this segment is called Mendelid.
Oh, no. We're not going to do this. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We really do appreciate it. Make sure you go like and subscribe because we're trying to hit that 1,000 followers. But also check out another episode. It'll help our click-through rate. Apparently, I don't know. I saw that on a YouTube video or something.
Yeah, do all of that.
All right. Thank you to my wonderful co-host. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us again. Appreciate it. When you listen to this, have a great morning, great evening, great afternoon.
Yeah, have one of those.
All right, we'll see you guys. Whoa, wrong one. What?
We saw it. Look at that one.
Damn it. You guys saw it.
Did you know?
All right. Have a great day, guys. We'll see you later. Peace.